Bold, beautiful, elegant, practical, talented, my special little boy. That's enough about the nice things my mum says about me. Let's talk about the Mavic Air. So the Mavic Air was released in February 2018 and I brought mine in March. It was released at a time when I was buying my first drone and my future hobby. I was going to buy a Parrot Mambo, then a Parrot Bebop 2, then the Mavic Pro, and then boom, the Mavic Air drops. I checked the specs, I'm like, this is the one. It basically improved on every aspect of the Spark slightly. Now I'm not dissing the Spark, still a great drone, but with the upgrade came an upgraded price. The Flymore kit I purchased cost $15.99 RRP at release. In the package you got 2 extra batteries, you got 2 extra sets of propellers, 2 types of travel cases, a multi-charger and a couple of extra items. So 18 months down the track, do I still love it? Has it served me well? Do I still wake up in the middle of the night screaming? To these questions, it's a resounding yes. So let's see why. So straight off the bat, look how compact that is. Kapow! Straight in my pocket. Hidden away like my repressed memories. DJI even gave me this little carry case to show how portable it is. Smug buggers. In fact, I could take everything and more in this tiny little bag. The Mavic Air is so portable, you could smuggle it into the country in a skin-tight bodysuit. Also, the camera. Beautiful quality for such a small package. I actually used this drone on my Sylvie Island video. I've had a lot of good feedback about the colours and the quality in that video. The drone actually does 4K at 30 FPS and can even do 1080 at 120 FPS for those slow motion shots. This bad boy also gives you a live stream back to your device at 1080, making it much easier to get that shot you want. Another big positive is the quick shot mode. The big one in this one is the asteroid mode, which came out with the Mavic Air, which is super duper cool. But much like being lactose intolerant and enjoying a milkshake on a hot day, there is good with the bad. The Mavic Air actually uses Wi-Fi as its transmission mode, unlike OcuSync like its older big brother or sister, the Mavic Pro. Wi-Fi just isn't as stable as OcuSync, even though you can swap between 5.8 GHz and 2.4 GHz. It also has a big claim. It says it can go 4 kilometers away from the user. Assuming there is no interference, it's within line of sight, and it's free of obstructions. There are a few videos on YouTube proving it can. However, I haven't even got close to this before losing signal. Talking to my local DJI store, they did offer an explanation of what could possibly be causing the issue. Many homes have security systems installed in their domiciles. Many security systems run on 2.4 GHz bandwidth. This may cause interference with the signal. Now that could be true, and it does make sense. Also, it's a little bit pitchier on the yaw than other drones I've used, mainly probably because of its size. Yet altogether not too bad, especially in cinematic mode, which of course reduces those sharp movements significantly. The Air does perform really well in higher winds. I know this from a trip down to Serpentine last year. Although it could be because mine has a pterodactyl sticker on it, much like a Chevy badge on a Holden gives it an extra 50 horsepower. Calibration, much like all drones I've used, it needs constant calibration. However, I tend to do it more with the Mavic Air than I have with others, though that could just be mine, more of an annoyance than an actual issue. The batteries last about 21 minutes, and that's not too bad. It's better than me anyway, but still not enough if you don't have at least 2 batteries on your person for a decent fly. Just means that if you're not swimming in batteries, you need to do a bit more pre-planning with your shots. So this isn't the view. Let's not sit around and talk. Let's go out and fly this sucker so you can see for yourself.
So let's talk about the verdict. We'll start with design. Now this drone is super portable. I can literally put it in my pocket and head down to somewhere I want to get a shot. Also, it's super compact. DJI did a really good job of cramming in a whole bunch of features that are actually really useful into such a tiny package. In fact, the fold-out arms that help with the landing are actually the Wi-Fi antennas. And it's this kind of design and forward thinking that makes it so unique. It's actually really durable and it feels tough. It actually feels like it'd take a real beating. So for design, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 as I cannot fault it. So now we'll move over to the camera. The camera, as I said before, does 4K at 30 FPS and 1080 at 120 FPS, which is really quite surprising for such a small package. It makes it really usable as an everyday drone for any shot you want. It does suffer a little in low light, I have noticed, compared to other drones. And also the stills aren't as sharp as the Mavic. They're still great, just not perfect. The gimbal though is so smooth and the stabilization is faultless. I'd expect a lot more issues as they're trying to cram a lot into such a small drone. For these reasons, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the camera. So let's move on to usability. Now, the battery life on these could be better, but if you compare it to other drones of similar sizes, it really is leagues above the rest. Also, I really feel like it should have had OcuSync used on it rather than Wi-Fi. And lastly, the portability. It's so portable, and I know I keep coming back to this, but it really is. And they haven't actually reduced any of the quality of the features or the footage you can get just by making it portable, which I think really needs to be commended. For these reasons, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So this brings us to what I think about it overall. Well, I think it is a brilliant drone. It really is your travel companion, and a great drone. I am so glad I chose it for my first drone. The market for it is possibly a bit more niche than others, but it slots into its own little Mavic Air slot in the retail drone world quite comfortably. With this in mind though, I think it was an odd choice naming it the Mavic Air. I think DJI Air would have been better suited, or even Spark Pro, but really I'm just nitpicking. Still, a drone that is unmatched in its class, so I'm going to give it an 8.5 overall. Hey everyone, Alan here. Thank you so much for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, just wanted to say, if you can, please subscribe, like, comment. Anything you can do to help the channel would be really appreciated. Remember, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit at TDC Optics. And if you can, check them out too. Thank you very much.